Hey folks, this is Gray here. Welcome back to the channel, and today's video we're going to be talking about building a food forest, basically from scratch. And the caveat is we're building a food forest in a forest, not a backyard or a small homestead, off a beaten path where there's a road or whatnot. This is literally in the middle of the woods, and we're going to make this happen. And I want to take you guys along with me on this journey. Because if I can make this happen, then anyone out there in almost any environment should be able to grow their own food and become self-sufficient. So this should be a lot of fun. So anyways, folks, I'm trying to get this video done. This is day 3 out here trying to get a video done, as well as put in the work on the property. And I'm always losing light. I got about, 45 minutes of light. Hopefully I can get this video done this time. Anyways, let's go take a tour of the food forest and just kind of show you where I'm at with it. And like I said, it's in its infancy stage, but in about a year from now, even in spring this year, coming up in 2026, we'll see an explosion of growth, which to me will be very, very cool to see how everything comes together as we build all the layers of the food forest. So let's go take a look at what we got and see what's floating around and what kind of plants and how things are going to be panning out. All right, so over here, this is the section where I have the food forest at. And I guess we'll start in this corner here. This is ever-bearing mulberry. She's probably about, 7.5, 8 foot tall. When I first got her, she was about 4 foot tall. She has gone through several flushes. There is a few of them on here, but it's at the end of the season. It's getting cooler. There's a few of them on here, even a little one right here. I'll go ahead and take that for myself. Oh, look. We got lucky. There's a big one here. Just need that. There we go. Can't beat that. I love mulberry. Mulberry jam. Mulberry wine is what I've been hearing. Some folks like. And there's other one down here. Lucky me. Wait till the white vine's out, folks. Anyways, we got a mulberry right here. She's doing pretty good. And we got a couple of the papayas down here. Some small papayas. This one is struggling the most down here. But I am not going to counter out because there's some new growth right there. I don't know if the camera will focus on that or not. See if I come over here this way, but there's some new growth on that. Very leggy, I guess you could call that. And then we have another papaya over here that's doing pretty good. She's doing really good. Lots of new growth. I assume by next year, these things should grow very big. At least that's the expected outcome. Let's move over here to the Barbados Cherry. This thing, come spring, it'll be covered in pink, beautiful flowers. And I think it's going to be amazing, to be honest with you folks. And then once the flowers start to die off, we'll start to get fruit from this guy. And of course, a lot of these are going to be a sub-canopy. A lot of these plants like this one here, the Barbados Cherry. From my understanding, I could be wrong. They get around anywhere from 9 to 14, 15 feet, maybe bigger. So that's why I kind of have things spread out. You see the mulberry way over there. The papaya is kind of lining this area here. And again, this is just the beginning stages of what we're doing because I'm going to line all this with lots of different things. This will all be lemongrass and other different plants. Speaking of that, let's walk over here to this lady. She is the tree of life, the Moringa plant. Or tree. Moringa tree. And this is just one of them. I plan on getting about 5 or 6 of these on the property. But she's the first one that I've scored. And I don't know if I can see if I can flip this around. But roughly up to my chest. So she's probably probably about 5 foot. I'm 6'1", so probably around that. No, I wouldn't say 5 foot. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Lots of new growth on that too. But again, we're in the cooler months. And to me, I feel this is the best option for putting things in the cooler months so that the sun doesn't beat these things down as they're trying to acclimate themselves to this landscape. Like I said, this is a food forest in the forest. So it's a little bit more different, I think, than some of the food forests that are in people's backyards or something that's off a main road, an area that's been tilled and amended and whatnot. That's just my personal perspective on this. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging. Here we're going to start doing our banana rows. I'm on the lookout for specific variations of bananas. Right now, these are just the dwarf variety. They were on sale, so I came across them. And I was like, hey, I'll take some of those. They were marked down. Sometimes you'll get better prices on plants in the cooler months. So here we are with those, because a lot of people are hunting down more of the tomatoes and the lettuces and stuff like that, not really looking for trees or fruit trees and things of that nature. We do have some longevity spinach here. This just went in the other day. We got one there. They bush out pretty big. A lot of these are things that I've hunted down. It's another longevity spinach right there. And some of them don't look too happy. Other ones look very happy, But all we can do, it's an experiment. Experiment in the woods. And this is an African blue basil, which I thought was very cool. It's a, what's the word I'm looking for? If you feel the leaves, almost like a succulent, has those type of texture on there. Then our other banana plant. We do have a cranberry hibiscus here. She's been growing. She's grown a couple inches since we put her in a few weeks back. But not at all. I mean, folks, these leaves, if you eat these leaves, they will actually taste. They have that cranberry flavored type of taste to it. A lot of people would make teas out of the leaves. I pop these off and just chew on them, and you still get that cranberry taste. I'm also trying to hunt down a variation of this. It's called the Roselle. Green leaves with red fruit on it. But that is cranberry hibiscus, another edible plant. Remember, this is pretty much what we're trying to do is a full edible landscape. This is a loquat. This was a donation from my daughter's boyfriend that we transplanted here. It's had some struggles, so we're going to try to bring her back to life. We've trimmed it down a bit here and there. As you can see, we've cut here. But there's some growth on there, so that's a plus. At first, it didn't do so good, but I'm starting to see it bounce back. And I got a couple other loquats that I've tracked down, as well as some star fruit and other fruits out there. Now, this one, she is going to be pretty quiet too for now. This is what they call a Jamacian cherry or Jamaican strawberry. I don't know the scientific names. She still actually has a couple of those. And this fruit here, folks, you got to try it if you ever get a chance to. But it tastes like cotton candy. Some people say Fruity Pebbles or kind of like a Fruit Loop. But I'm going to go with the consensus of it being like the taste of cotton candy. I'm surprised she's still fruiting because she took a beating getting transplanted, but starting to bounce back. Leaves are very soft. And this thing will fill out too. And like I said, this is like another one of those plants that get 10 to 15 or so feet and they'll bush out and they have beautiful flowers on it as well. I kind of missed over here when I was walking over here. I did miss the other mulberry. So I found myself a Pakistani mulberry. As you can see, this thing is a lot different. You can see the size of that leaf compared to my hand. The mulberries get, like that versus the mulberries that I've been pulling off the everbearing mulberry, but they get like that big and they don't stain your hand like normal mulberries do. Have a little bit of a different texture and flavor to me. That's just my perspective. And so I got it kind of propped up right now as it establishes itself. Like I said, everything here is just kind of getting that newly established thing. We've only been putting plants in the ground probably, let me see, we're in November, I think. think we're in November. Yeah, we're in November, so about 3 to 5 months, somewhere in there, some plants. We got some Mexican sunflowers. We're gonna kind of basically do a whole border of Mexican sunflowers in this area. And they, of course, as you can see, you can get up to like 15, 16 feet if you don't maintain them. They're my nitrogen fixers, but also going to be my fertilizer for my plants, kind of the whole chop and drop thing. And come springtime, you'll see these things, they'll start to shoot out and they'll start to fill in all this area back here. But we have them kind of sporadically, these bunches down here, and it'll just start to spread. This has not been managed well. I've been too busy doing other things, but it's bringing a lot of pollinators and bees in here. So I think that's cool. Moving over to an experiment that I stuck down here, and the experiment looks like it's doing pretty good, which is a sweet potato that I stuck in the ground. And as you can see there, I don't know, hopefully you can see that, all the leaves coming off it, or the stems per se. And so starting some of my ground cover down here, because like I said, you want, you're a canopy or a sub canopy, you want some ways to feed your plants, you want some ground cover to protect the soil. I do have a lot of mulch down, as you can see, lots of mulch down here, which is nutrifying the soil. I'll kind of give you guys an idea how that works. But sweet potato right in the ground, just threw it in the ground just to see what happens, and we got growth. Actually, let's go over here. There's a Mexican sunflower. Instead of trying to look up at these things, these giant sunflowers, look at one that just sprouted up. It's a very beautiful plant, but can get out of hand very, very quickly. And then once these kind of like, they start to die off, these will turn into the seeds, and you'll take that and you can just throw them on the ground. As long as you're getting sun and a little bit of moisture, they will start to spread throughout this area. And eventually we'll have it like a hedge of sunflowers, which would be very beautiful. And anybody ever comes out here that I bring out here to this property, which is far and few between, a select few people, you'll just have tons of sunflowers to greet you, because back there, I don't know if you can see back there, over there, there's a gate to come in on that side. We haven't transplanted these yet. Shout out to Jeff. You know who you are, Jeff. You love pineapples. Again, this is another donation from my daughter's boyfriend, who wanted to donate some of the lower levels of the food forest. So we got to get these in the ground. We're kind of keep them in a mildly spot, like they will get sun. As you can see, the sun over there. When the sun sets, they'll get some partial sun and then some shade, and they'll kind of be around bordering down here of this area where the actual canopy trees are at, which I'm surrounded by pines. As you can see, there's lots of pines in the area. I'm trying to leave this spot open because it's a nice spot open, because they need lots of sun. And when the sub canopy starts to build out here, this will turn into an oasis. It looks kind of like a barren wasteland at the moment. But as you see this come to life, you get to see what did this look like before a food forest actually became established and grew. And that's kind of what I'm trying to document this whole thing at, is because we're going to watch this food forest grow together, from the canopy level to the sub canopy level to the herbaceous level to the shrub level, to the ground cover level. I mean, just on and on. We're going to just see this whole ecosystem get put together, and it's going to be an amazing thing as I add more and more plants in this. If I do, I'm trying to see if I can show you guys something here, and I'll take you to a couple of the plants that have. If I move some of this down here, let's see if I can move. If you look at this underneath the mulch, it's a nice moist soil. Hence why when I did the property, I did a forestry mulch, because the soil down here stays nice and moist, and it's getting enriched by all this matter. It's breaking apart, and it also retains moisture and stuff like that. So there's a reason to my madness. I do have a couple other things and a couple other parts of the property that we can walk over to. Let's go over to our campers area. My makeshift trash can at the moment. makeshift wood pile. Here in Florida, I mean, we get cold weather, but I'm going to do this whole thing about wood here soon. Over there, see, this is kind of like it dips down, and I'm going to fill this full of sugar cane because this gets a little bit swampy in this area. Matter of fact, I almost forgot a Florida native that I planted, and this is elderberry. This is a Florida native elderberry plant that I put here. Almost forgot about that. I would say about 4 foot tall. And she will shoot off pups off the bottom, and it'll start to spread, and this will become a very big shrub, bush, tree. And then we're going to add some other variations of mulberries, you know, either medicinal or edible plants. So I took down some beans too, some of the PR black beans, just to see how they would do. And they're starting to sprout up as well, just for fun. I just figured, why not? Let's see what we can grow in this area. All right, so I'm going to take you guys over here. This is our little camping section. Hey, look, the pumpkins are still alive from Halloween over there by the fire pit. All right, so now we're going to move over here. I've got some Cuban oregano that I just stuck in the ground. And they're little bits. If you guys have seen my Cuban oregano at home, you can see how these things will become giants. Medicinal and edible plant. It can be used for cooking. You can just grab some off the leaf. Has medicinal value as well. And then over here, I do have a Thai Basil water jugs. We'll get into rain catchment and all that stuff here eventually, but Thai Basil is growing really, really good. If you can see that in there, got some flowering on the basil, and this thing will spread like wildfire once it gets going. It's tripled in size, and it's only been in the ground probably for about, I don't know, 2 weeks. So, you know, she's going to do good out here. One thing I forgot to show you guys also is a mango tree in its infancy across here, because all across the property itself will be different spots where we're growing different plants. There'll be different little spots where a tree, and then there'll be some plants and underneath it that will be edible, be it medicinal or edible, you know. This is a mango right here. And there's a lot of variations of mangoes. But she is lush and green. She's doing very well. She's been here for probably about a month now. And we've gotten some steady growth out of her. The only thing that we've had kind of fall apart on us, but some people say when you transplant them, they do have certain issues and whatnot, and they will lose their leaves. And being it's cool weather, as you can see, it looks like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But as you can see there, the name Winter Mexican Avocado. This was another gift from folks. I think this one did come from my daughter's boyfriend as well. He's very adamant. He wants to help build this ecosystem out here. He's big into plants as well. So we're going to try to see how it does. They're still green. Some of the stuff is like has that pliability, so she's still alive. So we're not going to count her out yet. But right now, instead of calling her the Mexican avocado tree, we're calling her the Charlie Brown avocado tree. We might even put some lights on it for Christmas. Who knows? Have fun with it, folks. You know, you only live once, so you got to enjoy yourself. Lots of other things out there. We got some passion flowers growing in with passion fruit, dragon fruit, citrus coming out here, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, lots of different plants coming into this property. And as spring approaches, you'll see some of the growth of the plants that we already have here, kind of bordered off in the main food forest over here in this corner. One thing I did forget to mention back here is we're also going to put a little shade house in the back corner. And the reason we're doing that is so we can go traditional gardens, raised bed gardens right in this area right here towards the back. And so then we'll build that out here. We're going to put these, I think they're going to be like 2 foot by 10 feet, and then a 3 foot by 12 foot, and a 3 foot by 9 foot raised beds like in a U fashion. And of course, there'll be this big shade house. I think it's going to be a 12 by 15 shade house. Because in Florida, we really don't use, what's the common thing that most people do? Greenhouses. We do shade houses. because the sun is relenting, and it just doesn't. It's not nice to certain plants. So we'll have some traditional garden vegetables and stuff here. This is just the beginning, folks. So I hope you stick with me through this journey and enjoy it as much as I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited to kind of follow along vicariously through this whole thing. We've been working on the fence line. Uh, it's not easy, but it's that sweat equity that you enjoy doing versus working for a regular job where you're just getting a paycheck. This is building something, not only for yourself, but for you and your family to enjoy for years and decades and generations to come. This land will be a self-producing land. We'll be doing all kinds of stuff. We'll be building solar arrays back there. We'll be building outside showers. We'll be building an actual tiny home where the camper is way back there. So we have a lot of different things. Plus we have our camping area. It's just going to be a beautiful thing. Something that me and the family have been dreaming about for a long period of time. So join me on the next one, and we'll see where we're at. I got lots of other videos coming out. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have some more content for you folks. Look at that beautiful sunset. Anyways, folks, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. God bless. Stay safe out there. This is Gray Man, and I'm out.